Social and Family Development Minister Masagos Zulkifli says there is a critical gap in the development and use of AI in social sectors globally. But he adds this presents a key opportunity for Singapore to work with like-minded partners such as Switzerland to scale solutions and increase accessibility both at home and for the rest of the world. Mr. Masagos was speaking at the end of his 5-day trip to Switzerland, where he attended the St. Gallen Symposium. Chloe Teo reports.
Switzerland may be some 10,000 miles apart from Singapore, but the nations share deep similarities despite the distance. One example is a strong social system. Reflecting on his trip to Switzerland, Social and Family Development Minister Masagos Zulkifli says while certain practices within both systems may differ, the end goal remains the same.
In Switzerland, the individual is always given a lot more attention than sometimes the families. Whereas in the Singapore's point of view, we start from the family and then help the individuals within. By the end of the day, the intent is the same. How do we help our society, those who are vulnerable, those who may have disabilities, to ensure that we do not leave them behind. And as we progress, they too see hope in being with us.
This shared intention builds a strong foundation for collaboration, such as the use of emerging technologies like AI for the social sector. Mr. Masagos says while much of today's AI development is driven by commercial sectors like healthcare and finance, a major gap remains in application for social services. But he says this is where Singapore can seize its global positioning, acting as a bridge between countries to identify and adapt solutions. This allows resources and demand to be pooled, making these technologies more viable and accessible both locally and overseas.
This sector particularly is not highly commercially impactful, either because there's no scale or because the funding is not as lucrative as other sectors. But if we can gather like-minded governments as well as agencies in the region and beyond, the scale then becomes much bigger, and it is something that we can work together with other countries who may need these kind of applications.
Beyond the social sector, Mr. Masagos is also working to boost community exposure to AI. In Tampines, where he's the MP there, they will be launching an AI Smart Town initiative in June. It will bring together tech firms like Amazon and Huawei to give residents a first-hand experience of harnessing AI tools for daily use. Mr. Masagos adds that these efforts are part of the government's commitment to ensuring that technological disruptions do not leave anyone behind. He highlights that there's an urgency to help vulnerable groups like lower-income families and at-risk youth to prevent further entrenchment from such shifts.
So we must particularly help those who are vulnerable, so that at the end of the day, as long as they work with us and they have agency, and because we believe they have agency, we are sure that they will not be entrenched.
Mr. Masagos adds that his vision of a society of opportunities for all is one where these families will in turn one day give back too. Chloe Teo, CNA, Zurich.
While international collaborations are key in advancing assistive technology in Singapore, bringing such innovations into local context is not always straightforward. Chloe Teo once more.
A university project with a simple mission of tackling stairs has grown into an international solution for countless persons with disabilities. Combining a stair lift with a powered wheelchair, the device allows users to navigate stairs independently, a task usually requiring multiple caregivers. While largely built for rugged terrain, Skiwo says the technology still has potential in developed settings like Singapore, highlighting that accessibility goes beyond being stair-free.
The definition of barrier-free is not so easy to set, because oftentimes barrier-free just means there's no stairs, but there's many other obstacles to overcome. So for example, it can be curbs, it can be the consistency of a floor, it can be that you're not able to talk on eye level in a daily life.
But the process of bringing fresh assistive tech into Singapore is not so simple. For one, price is a big factor.
As a relatively small country, we have a small market size, and that makes it difficult for global assistive technology companies to come in, or for us to encourage the local distributors to take on the product and distribute it, preferably at a more affordable rate and provide after-sales support.
Mr. Tan adds that these developments in assistive tech may also outpace the training that local practitioners receive. However, collaboration doesn't always mean direct adoption. At the University of St. Gallen, researchers are using smartphone data to predict clients' well-being with the aim of providing earlier support for those at risk. The centre says it is open to research partnerships and exchanges. And in some cases, such partnerships have already delivered results. This Swiss firm has been investing in Singapore for over a decade, setting up its only overseas research centre there in 2010.
I think the biggest impact is that we have defined big scientific challenges where we can actually excel by having the combination of ETH professors and local people in Singapore from the local institutions to work together on these problems.
Research at the university has also seen a fresh push in assistive technology development, from wearable sensors to social robotics and rehabilitation systems. And on the horizon, a global competition bringing together engineers and persons with disabilities to test assistive tech for daily use could be held in Singapore for the first time as early as 2028. Chloe Teo, CNA, Zurich.